be preparing to live stream. Yeah, it does take a few seconds, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have my iPad, so I'm seeing if I can get it there.
Okay. Right. Preparing to live stream. Yeah, it does take a few seconds, doesn't it? Okay.
I have my iPad, so I'm seeing if I can get it there.
Okay. Right, we're on a loop. It's Groundhog Day. So let's go back to our actual meeting. Here we are. And it tells me, goodness me, all these pop-ups.
Right. I know. Right?
You got rid of your pop-up? Okay. Zoom.
We did.
Cut down on the pop-ups, Zoom. Okay, so here we are. Hi, folks. I'm Aslin Bloor. And over there in her beautiful kitchen is my good friend.
I'm Giangi. Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Giangi down there from Giangi's Kitchen. I'm sorry, we have a delay today. It's hot.
No, and you can tell we don't go off a script. You say it's hot. What's the temperature like?
It's 83 degrees today. It was 81 yesterday. 83 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think gravitate towards 20 something. I got to look it up. Wow. But it's hot. It's hot. We have record heat this week, and we have the golf tournament at the TPC at the Waste Management. And it's just, I feel sorry for those poor people out there, but that's why we live in Phoenix. That's why we live in Arizona.
I was just going to tell our viewers where you are, because I haven't had a live stream for a while, I think, since sometime in December. So some of my viewers are not going to know where you are. So you're in Phoenix.
I'm Phoenix, Arizona. I'm actually closer to Scottsdale. I'm right in between. And I've been here for, shall we say, 26 years now. I lived in California for 13, but I'm originally from Paris, France. So I just kind of did a little sweep this way. And this is where I stayed. Never liked it until I got used to my winters. And now the winters are too cold and I want to move south, which is a scary thought.
And how cold does it get in winter for you? Come on.
We got down to 27. It actually snowed. We have freezes, so we have to cover all our plants. You should see all my poor bougainvilleas all covered up. And the poor babies can't handle 120, but can't handle 27. And it actually snowed 3 times since I lived here.
Snowed in Arizona. That sounds a bit. Well, that's interesting, because I always think of you guys and I think of desert.
Well, you have to look at Arizona. We are actually one of the only states who has within the state frame the 4 seasons. We can go 2 hours up north from here, which is Flagstaff, and it snows. We actually have ski resorts there where it snows. Then you go south, of course, it's warmer. Tucson has the 4 seasons, which is only an hour away and a half from here. And because they're a little bit higher in the plateau, they're hot, they have actually the 4 season. And then you go to the Grand Canyon, which is 3.5 hours north from where I am, directly straight up. And it snows in the winter. It's quite cold, quite hot in the summer because we have the desert, and quite cold in the winter with snow. So we really have the best of all worlds. We just need to kind of go 2 hours away from every directions from where we're located. So it's kind of heaven, I think, for me.
Yeah, that's all right. You get all the seasons around you. It's can't complain, really. So today we're going to be doing cocktails. Giangi's doing one and I'm doing one, and a little bit late in the day, but it's for Valentine's Day. But both cocktails you can make for any time of the year for no particular reason, just because you fancy a drink. So Giangi, tell us, what are you making today?
Well, I am going to stay very classic, and I'm going to make a champagne cocktail, also because it's 11 o'clock. But I am going to be making a champagne cocktail, which I have some champagne here. Do not forget the Angosturra to go with it, which is a bitters, a little sugar cube, and some brandy with a splash of a lemon twist. And then I made a little dessert, a quick 2-second dessert. So gentlemen, if you forget the dessert, you forget the flowers, forget the balloon, don't forget, then you can do a dessert and woo your special person. So.
Sounds good. And what? It's going to take you all of 2 minutes?
I think it's going to take me longer to open the bottles. Yes.
Okay, I tell you what. While you're opening the
Yeah.
bottle, I'll talk about what I'm going to be doing, so that we don't have to see you in case you hit your nose with that cork.
And I am sorry about my little monster. There is work around, and eat the size 10. It just has to be barking. So, I guess.
I'm going to be doing a margarita. I love my margaritas, and this one is a little bit Valentine themed. Now, I haven't gone too crazy in terms of flavors, changing it up. I'm sticking with tequila and Cointreau because, you know, it ain't no margarita if it's got no tequila. So you've got to have tequila. So we've got the two classic combination, triple sec and tequila. I've got a simple white tequila or silver tequila, tequila blanco, young and age perfect for cocktails. And then besides these two, I forgot an ingredient, but never mind. We'll get to that in a bit. Besides these two, I've got some orange bitters. So Giangi's got Angosturra bitters. I've got some Angosturra orange bitters. That's what we're going to add. And I'm going to have some raspberries still in the kitchen. Come on.
We do not plan this. Seriously, this is the beauty of doing it live. We are human. We are human, right?
So, absolutely. So we're going to be making, my drink is raspberry and chocolate margarita. So the two ingredients here, tequila and Cointreau, and I've got some orange Angostura bitters, and I'm going to have some raspberries. I'm going to have a clove that I'm going to muddle along with the raspberries to lift up the aroma. And then we're going to finish with a final flourish of grated dark chocolate. And when I'm making it, I'll tell you what I thought about when I first came up with the idea. But Giangi, why don't you get started while I go off?
Absolutely. So I opened my little my bottle of champagne, take my little ice cube. Why do I want to call it ice cube? It's a sugar cube. And I put it on the bottom of my little plate of glass as a little flute. I'm using a flute to it. And then I'm going to put the aromatic bitters. And what you need to do with this is just pretty much cover the sugar. Just put it there. Boom. Did you know that the Angostura Bitters was actually used to help stomach issues? So see, we're drinking healthy, right?
Okay, dear. If you say so, dear.
Well, I figure we got to justify it, right? And then I have a little bit of brandy into it, like a half a tablespoon. And I'm just putting that in with it. And take your little champagne, curve on the side, and I'm pouring. There you go. Ever so gentle, because it has tendency to kind of go over it. And then you just put a little bit more. And today I'm all by my lonesome. So it will be just me drinking, but I don't drink alone because you are on the other side of the pond, my dear.
Absolutely.
So I'll be drinking with you.
I've always got your back, Giangi. Don't you worry.
I know you do. That's why I love you. That's why I love doing this with you. And then my little lemon twist. And when you do the lemon twist, do it over the drink because so you want all the little essence to it. And that was it, folks. This is my little champagne cocktail. And as you can see, all the cute little bubbles. Am I close enough to see it?
Yes, absolutely.
They're all coming up.
So your sugar cube, the purpose of the sugar cube?
Yes, they are from the sugar cube and with the bitters on top of it and a little brandy that I put to it. And that's it. This is how I do mine. It's a very classic recipe, of course. And you can also, if you have little ones at home, you can do the same thing, except sugar cube, grenadine, and Sprite or 7-Up or any lemonade. So you can have them celebrate with you. So Aslan, tell us, what are you going to do?
Okay, sounds good. So, right then, let's get started. I've left my muddler in the kitchen. I'm terrible today. I tell you why, because my computer was updating and it refused to turn back on again. So that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So we're doing our raspberry and chocolate margarita. So we're going to start with some tequila.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
2 portions of tequila to 1 portion of Cointreau. And for those of y'all who are watching, I can't see your comments, so I shall get to them at some point after the show. Second computer, but YouTube's not cooperating today. So
while you're doing that, then why don't I check for the comment? Yeah, I can't mute it.
Okay, so we've got tequila, we've got Cointreau, and I'm going to place some orange bitters.
Ooh.
Go crazy on the bitters. And then I'm going to drop about half a dozen or so raspberries. And then I'm going to drop a clove in there. The clove.
So
yeah.
I was going to ask you, why the clove? The
clove's got high licorice aniseedy kind of notes, and it helps to lift, it complements the raspberries, because the raspberries have clove-like aromas too, as do some tequila. So it's all, I'm complementing. I thought I'd add the clove to lift these highlights even more. Okay. That's what the clove is for. Now, imagine this is a muddler, okay? Because I'm not going to go back into my kitchen to get it. So what we're going to do, in theory, we're going to get a muddler and going to muddle that, the raspberries, the cloves. We're going to mix it all up. And then we're going to add a whole lot of ice cubes. And then some sugar syrup. I like my margaritas sweet, so.
I could tell. Now it's simple syrup, right?
Yeah, simple syrup, which is basically just, say 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water, and just simmer it for about 5 to 10 minutes for a very, very sweet, simple syrup. I always make more of it because, you know, it's very, very handy in the fridge. And then you want your lime juice. And then we're going to shake it all up, to chill it, to mix it.
You know, I live in margarita heaven down here. Everywhere we go, we have a lot of Southwest Mexican restaurants. So we have lots of margarita. So this is perfect. Super Bowl this weekend, guys. If you're listening from us on the US, that's a great drink to have. Anytime, quite frankly. Sunday brunch.
Right. So now, if we crushed those raspberries, your drink is going to be a little bit more red. Mm-hmm. So we're going to, so as it is right now, we've got citrusy, we've got a little bit clove flavors and aromas from your raspberries, the clove itself, and even the tequila. We've got citrusy, of course, from your Cointreau, as well as the orange bitters that we used. So what we're going to now finish this with is a flourish of grated dark chocolate. Now, when I first thought about it, I wasn't sure it was going to work, but I thought, you know, give it a try. You never know. So I did try it. Essentially, it's got to be dark, good quality, 70% at least dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. So
when I first did this, I started with a little, just a tiny, tiny grating of it because I wasn't sure. And it was so good. I thought, right, let's add a little bit more. And I did. And the final result is all those flavors I mentioned earlier, you know, sweet, fruity, clove-like, citrusy, and then finally the dark chocolate. When you take a sip, you get all those
Oh.
flavors, all those aromas, and then it finishes with a silky, smooth, creamy mouthfeel. And that took me completely by surprise. And it's really an amazing finish to this raspberry margarita. So it's
that sounds delightful. Delightful.
Margarita.
Shall we chin? Chin chin. Salted.
Chin chin.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, this is what I like to do with my champagne cocktail. Strawberry, sour cream or crème fraîche, and brown sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is called Sweet Delight. And it's one of my favorite things to eat with it, because the combination of the three really kind of burst up the flavor of your champagne cocktail. So sorry.
That's interesting, because I've never had that combination of sour cream, strawberries, and brown sugar.
It is fantastic. I was introduced to it 33 years ago, and ever since, it's like my champagne cocktails always comes with it. Now, one little thing I want to throw out there: I do not do this with prosecco, spumante, or sparkling wine. I have tried it all three ways, and the flavor is not the same. There's really an imbalance of the sweetness. The sparkling is not the same, and the prosecco makes it too flat. So if you're thinking I'm going to do it this way, just stick with the champagne. And I had a big bottle, but they do sell the little bottle. So if it's just two people, you don't have to go to a bottle. Or if you do have the bottle, there is always something called apple orange juice. What is it called?
Yes, 65 or something it's called here. What is it called? Fizz? Bucks Fizz?
I can't remember.
Over here,
oh my goodness.
I believe that's what it's called, Bucks Fizz.
Mimosa.
Mimosa, right. Make champagne risotto the next day if you've got it.
Well, actually, it's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be making some pork chops with some caramelized onions and with the champagne rice. So yes, champagne never goes to waste. And then you put a little spoon on top of it here. It stays, the bubbles stay in with the metal, keeps it down. So don't be afraid on that. And you can use champagne for cooking like there is no tomorrow. Rice pilaf is excellent to it. But we're kind of getting sidetracked here. Can you tell we like cooking?
Right. So there you go then. A simple, a very classy champagne cocktail, a very simple raspberry and chocolate margarita. The recipes, I shall add the links to the recipes on this page, on this, what do you call that? The information part? Whatever, you know what I mean.
Underneath it. I usually say underneath
that's right, underneath this video. That's right. Although if you're watching it on your mobile. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Quick and easy. We do kind of like quick and easy on this as much as we can. We do try to do quick videos. And Giangi and I will be back. We have no idea when we'll be back. Is it next Friday, Giangi?
It's next Friday, and I do believe we're thinking about soup, because even though it may be 80 degrees here, it's still cold in a lot of the places of the world. Matter of fact, the north part of the United States is getting quite hit. So a nice warm soup, that's what we thought. But it will be a surprise. We will let you know. But it will be next Friday, same time. But I think I will be hosting it next week. So
Giangi's going to be hosting next week. So we take turns. So she's going to be hosting it. So for those of you who are my followers, my subscribers, if you are not subscribed to Giangi's channel, just look for her Giangi's Kitchen. I will also add the link to it underneath this video so you can get to it easily. So look out for that. And we shall be doing these shows weekly or almost weekly.
Almost weekly, except maybe this summer, if all the stars on the line, you and I might be able to do one together. If my plans and your plans and the stars all meet, we may just end up having a drink somewhere together and coming live to say hi. So, but that's a little further down the road.
All righty, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who joined us live, thank you so much. I shall take a look at the comments later and address them. And for those of you who are watching this after the fact, drop us a comment, tell us what you thought, and tell us what your favorite cocktail is and what you're doing on Valentine's Day. Cheers.
Absolutely. And cheers.
Have a good weekend. We shall see you next Friday.
See you next Friday. And don't forget to like if you like this video, please click like underneath it. That will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. Happy
Cheers.
Valentine's, everyone. Cheers.